Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again here today. This is Dina of the Love Divine and Love Divine Tarot on Instagram. And you guys were just so nice to me and sweet to me and gave me such encouragement for my video yesterday. I couldn't wait to do it again. And also, I'm quarantined, so I'm very bored and want to just do something. So, thank you for being here with me again. This is a series that I'm going to do that I would like to do a tarot a day, just a card a day series to sort of just get some intelligence on what is embodying the energies of the day for us. And also, this is a great way to learn the cards. If you're really interested in doing tarot yourself or providing tarot readings or reading for yourself, then this is a great way to learn the cards. I'm going to try to not repeat cards. I'm going to go through each one, and I feel that the right card will present itself on the right day. And we'll just get the messages that we need, and we'll learn a lot. We'll do a little bit of a deep dive. I expect these to only be about 10 minutes long, but we'll just do a little deep dive into what the card means and what it means for different situations, what it means for love. If you guys know me from my Facebook group, you know that mostly what I do and what I'm really drawn to do is love readings, relationship readings, but I do read for all kinds of topics as well. So we'll explore some different topics and as these particular cards relate to them. Now, this card is the Five of Cups. That's going to be our very first one, which is an interesting choice because the Five of Cups is not the lightest, happiest energy in the tarot deck for sure. It is not the Sun. It is not the Two of Cups or the Ace of Cups or the Ten of Cups. This is a card when there's been a loss. That's the first and most traditional meaning of this card, that there's a loss. We see three of the cups are spilled down here. One has spilled its water. Two have actually spilled blood. So that's a pretty heavy image right there, that two of the cups have spilled blood. That can be an actual loss of a person from your life. Someone has died. Now, one thing I will say about the Five of Cups is when it typically comes up, the incident that it refers to has usually already happened. So you know what it is. There are cards in the tarot deck that, to me, and again, every reader is different, there are cards in the deck that to me imply the future, that this is an event that's going to happen in the future, especially if it falls in a certain place in the spread. Five of Cups to me almost always implies something has happened in the past. And it does, it implies a loss. It implies something that we thought was going to go a certain way, that we had expectations of going a certain way, and we had dreams and visions of the future and how it was going to go, and it just didn't go that way. And what's that old saying? How do you make God laugh, or how do you make the gods laugh? By making plans. Because that happens to all of us. We've all had situations where no matter how meticulously we plan it, no matter how much we want it, just doesn't go the way we thought. And you know what? That's okay, because there are a lot of lessons to be learned in that. Now, Five of Cups meaning when it pertains to love is a lot more about those lessons. Five of Cups doesn't necessarily always mean a breakup. It usually does not mean a breakup when it's talking about a love relationship. It usually is a breakdown of communications. It's usually something where there's been an argument or harsh words were said, or, it's basically a pretty bad fight, and it's usually over an issue that's been plaguing the relationship, but it's usually not the end of the relationship. And you can see that because there's a little path here that's going back to the ideal, the castle there. There's a little path that he can see that if I just hop on that path and do what I need to do and do the work, then I'm going to be at the castle where I wanted to be the whole time. And that's really the message of the Five of Cups in love, that all is not lost. I mean, yeah, things didn't go your way, but you've learned some lessons from it, and things have come out that needed to come out, and maybe this is something that needed to happen. In the end, it doesn't seem like it at the time, but in the end, sometimes it's the Five of Cups that actually saves your relationship. And here's something that I like to point out to people. Even though there are definitely 5 cups in this picture, sorry, I wish my camera would focus a little more quickly. There are 5 cups, but only 3 are spilled. 2 are still full. 2 he's protecting with his cloak, and they're sitting there and they're still full. So why do we have that imagery? Because the 5 of Cups always comes with some lessons. It comes with some pain, yeah. Like he's not a happy guy standing there in his black cloak. He looks like he's mourning something. But it always comes with some lessons, and those are those 2 cups that are still full. And the lessons usually are, how could I have reacted differently? How do I react always in the same way that doesn't ever get me what I want? And that's a big lesson of the 5 of Cups for me, that, sometimes I dig my heels in and want to do the same things over and over again, and I have to finally ask myself, well, why am I not getting what I want? And it's because I'm doing the same things over and over again. I'm not growing. And as soon as you realize that that's what you need to do, you need to start looking at the situation differently, doing something differently. That's when you get out of this energy. Now, if the 5 of Cups comes up in reverse for you, it still implies there has been a loss. That can imply, if it's reverse, it can imply that it's been even farther in the past that the loss has occurred. But the reversal of the 5 of Cups means that you are starting to come out of it. You're already on this path back to the castle. That your path is clear in front of you, and you're getting back to normal. Even if it seems hopeless at times, you're already getting back to normal if you're seeing the reverse of this card. And there's a lot of hopes in the 5 of Cups. The danger of it is obsessing about the past, not ever being able to get out of this energy, just standing here forever and crying and looking at the spilled blood and shaking your fist at the sky about how you've been wronged. And that can be very tempting to do. It's the reaction that a lot of people have to energy like this, when they feel like this injustice has happened to them and they didn't get what they deserved, and everything has gone wrong. It can be very tempting to curse the gods, if you will, and just wonder, why didn't I get my due, and stay in that energy for a really long time. But I'll pose the question to you: does it make you any happier to stay there? Are you you might be right in feeling wronged, you might be completely justified, but does it really make you any happier? Is it helping your situation? Is it getting you what you want in the end? And the answer for that is almost always no, it is absolutely not getting you what you want. It's holding you stuck where you are. So yeah, with 5 of Cups energy, the trick is just to see that there is a path back. Even though something has happened and you didn't like it, there is a path back. You can get back to the castle. And it's right there, and it's not even that far away. And I urge you to always remember these 2 cups beneath the guy's cloak. A little anime manga gentleman there who's got his cloak on. Remember these 2 cups that are still full. Those are your lessons that you need to learn from this situation. And we all know that if we don't learn our lessons, then the karmic wheel will just spin again, and we will be presented with them again in likely and even more annoying form. So let's try to learn them so we don't have to go through them again. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say it yesterday what tarot deck I was using, but today I am using the Mystical Manga Tarot by, it looks like Barbara Moore, and the other author of this tarot deck, I believe the artist is Ran, R-A-N-N. So that's the Mystical Manga Tarot, and I'm going to try to use a different deck every day as I go through the cards, as we learn about each one. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please feel free to check out my Facebook group if you would like to join. I offer a lot of lives and free readings there, and it's just a really cool place to hang out and talk to people about your life, your relationships, and your your questions that you have, or just, good place to vent or post stupid memes. We do all kinds of stuff like that. Not that your memes are stupid if you've posted them there. I'm sure I was laughing at them if you did. All right. Thank you guys. I hope everybody's staying safe and well. Oh, there is one more thing that, speaking of safety, that I meant to say about this card that I think, as it applies to us right now, when I interpret the energy of this card for us, the collective, I interpret this as just the loss of normalcy is what we're feeling, the loss of life as we know it. This is something so unprecedented that I don't think any of us thought we were ever going to see. This idea of being in fear for our health, being quarantined, having to be afraid for our families. This is something I don't think we expected. And I don't know about you, but I, for one, am really feeling the loss of my normal life and just how things used to be, and having freedom to do what I wanted to do. And, my kids are asking me, well, I want to go hang out at my friend's house. And I'm having to say no, because it's just not, we're just not where we were even 2 months ago. It's not safe right now. And I think that's what this is in the collective. We're mourning that loss of our life as we used to know it, at least temporarily. And but I urge us all to remember there is a path back. We're going to get back there. It might take longer than we want. It might not be fair. It sure isn't. But we're going to get back there, and we're all going to be okay. All right. So thanks again, guys. And I will see you tomorrow with a new card.